Hey, what's happening, guys? Keto Cheddar Bay Biscuit deliciousness is what we've got on the menu today. Of course, this recipe is inspired by the Cheddar Bay Biscuits that you can get at Red Lobster, which in my opinion are some of the best biscuits you can get pretty much anywhere. I mean, the biscuits are cheesy, they're garlicky, they're buttery, they're basically biscuit perfection. If you don't like the biscuits at Red Lobster, does anybody not like the biscuits at Red Lobster? If you don't, I don't know if we could be friends because they are that good. Now, of course, those biscuits are not low carb or keto friendly. So today I'm going to show you how to make a low carb keto friendly version of those biscuits. The Keto Cheddar Biscuits that we're going to be making today have just 2 net carbs a piece. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the good stuff. Make some low carb keto biscuits.
All right, first things first, we're going to get out our food processor and we're going to add 1.5 cups or 170 grams of some blanched almond flour to it. However, if you want to substitute this out, because I get a lot of questions about that, you can also use walnut, sunflower seed, or pecan flour in its place. Anyway, once you've got that added to our processor, the next thing we're going to add is 1 cup or 100 grams of some shredded cheddar cheese. And of course, if you want to save yourself a couple of extra carbs, I recommend shredding it yourself since the pre-shredded kind will have some added carbs to it. So once you got that in there, we're going to add a teaspoon or 4 grams of baking powder. And then we're going to follow that up with a 1/2 teaspoon or 2 grams of garlic powder. Now, once you've got those in there, we're going to get our food processor on the motor, pop the top on, and give everything a quick mix. And you're going to notice here that there's some sticking happening against the sides of the processor. So to alleviate that, you want to get a spatula in there and work those ingredients off the sides as you're blending them together. Anyway, once everything is well incorporated in there and you've got something that looks like this going on in your processor, you can set it aside and start working on the wet ingredients for these keto cheddar biscuits. So in a biggie big time bowl, we're going to add 1 large room temperature egg, and then we're going to follow that up with some softened salted butter. And for today's recipe, we'll need 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of it. Okay, so now that we've taken care of that, we're going to add just less than 3 tablespoons or 40 grams of some softened full fat cream cheese. And then when we've got that in there, we're going to get out our hand mixer and cream those together until a thick, creamy consistency like this starts to form in the bowl. Then when it does, we can add our dry ingredients for our keto cheddar biscuits into our biggie big time bowl. And then we can use a spatula to work those ingredients together until they combine and we can form a ball of dough like this. Now, when we get that to happen, we're going to start to pull off some golf ball sized chunks of dough from that big ball. And we're going to shape and form 8 smaller balls of dough out of it. And I like to use the palms of my hands and my fingertips to shape the biscuits because we will actually want the dough to kind of resemble a biscuit when we add it to the baking sheet. So now that we've added all 8 of our low carb biscuits to the sheet, we're going to get them in the oven and we're going to bake these for just 8 minutes at 450 degrees. Then after they're done baking, we're going to let them cool down on the sheet just so they can firm up a bit. And then while they're firming up, we're going to make the famous Red Lobster garlic butter coating for our keto biscuits. So to make that, we're going to add around 2 to 3 tablespoons or 35 grams of salted butter to a small dish. And then we're going to give that a super quick melt in the microwave. Then while that's melting, we can get out some fresh parsley. A tablespoon should be enough. And we're going to mince that with a sharp knife. Now, once that's prepped, we're going to add it to our melted butter. And we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon or 2 grams of some garlic powder to that butter bath as well. Then we're just going to mix those real quick and use a marinating brush to apply our garlic butter to the tops of our low carb cheddar biscuits. And of course, after you apply the butter, you want to serve your biscuits warm and enjoy them. So that, my friends, is how to make some crazy delicious low carb keto Cheddar Bay biscuits that taste just like the ones from Red Lobster. Anyway, as always, for more info on today's recipe, check out the video description below. There's a link down there with the full written out recipe, along with a bunch of other info as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the biscuits, and I'll see you in the next one.